Hello, everybody, and welcome to Magic the Gathering, or MTG Forge. This is a fan-made recreation of Magic the Gathering Shandalar from 1990-something. We will be doing a full playthrough of this, so I hope you're ready for some Magic. And even though it's not online and competitive, we shall be as competitive as possible. We're going to start with constructed. We will receive a specific pre-constructed deck based on chosen color, difficulty. We're going to play on normal. Now let's play as a Bashino and start. The whole world is randomly generated, so we don't know where things are or how things are. Anyway, here we start. Darkness and silence surrounds you. A vague sense of falling slows second by second. Where am I? What am I? What is going on? Flash of light brighter than anything you remember precedes a fall to the stone floor. This is almost as jarring as realizing that you actually don't remember much of anything else. We're gonna go talk to this adept black wizard. Hello, planeswalker Enbane. Why am I here? This is Shandalar, a plane where mana is so prevalent and used by all that is sentient. Even the common people use spells daily. Like you, some planeswalkers have been imprisoned here by the guardians in the castles. Must defeat them in battle to release us from this plane. Use your powers of magic to challenge them. Find the planeswalkers trapped here, guide them to me. They will help you on their journey. Take this rune, you can use it anytime to return here. Be careful, planeswalker. I have something else for you, Enbane. Take these coins, but do not spend them with merchants. These are challenge coins. Spellcasters of Shandalar will often gather to hold the tests of skill. These coins will grant you entry to contests, and the prizes available can help you on your journey. Where are these contests? Show the coin to the innkeepers. If there is a group in town, the innkeeper will direct them to you. Thank you. I will reopen to the portal. You've arrived through now. But I cannot send you back from wherever you have come. On the other side, you'll find the Barons of Shandalar, which I, and now you, call home. Okay, I have played this before, so we are just gonna mute. Untrack that quest. So, finding the planeswalkers and making a name for yourself are both things that haven't been released, so we only get to, I said untrack that quest. Thank you. If I could abandon it, I would. So the first thing to do is to look at our deck. So it looks like playing red-green. The light on creatures and spells is just a 40 card deck, which is, in this, the lowest you can go. We're immediately going to stop at a town. This is just explaining what a town does. There's an inn, you can sell cards, so you can participate in drafts, jumpstart, whatever. And then there's different shops. This sword means this is equipment. This means it's going to be blue, lands, artifacts, equipment. This is equipment for your player. This is equipment for the game, creatures. I can't remember what the shield is. Used artifacts, looks like vehicles mainly. And this one equals sagas or saga carrying. things. We don't have a whole lot of money right now. Being red-green, we kind of want to go in those directions. So let's head to the green because that has green creatures and will gain us green cards. Pretty obvious. There's a reputation system that will reduce the cost of cards in that town. So we now have reached the forest or the green domain. And a centaur came out of nowhere, so this will be our first match. If you haven't played Magic, I will try to explain it to you. So to start, at the beginning of every game, you get a look at your hand, and you may mulligan. Then you'll draw that many cards and put one on the bottom. And I don't really like this hand, it's a little too slow. So now that we have this, it's not the best, and we don't have any green, so we are going to put back one of our more expensive green cards. Now, during your turn, you may play one lane, which will produce one color of mana as it shows. So, fire means red, forest green, teardrop blue, skull black, and sun is white. But since we have nothing we can play, which we don't play creatures only during our main phases, which are shown here and here. Sorceries are the same, but they're one-time use spells. Artifacts are the same, but most of the time there's something like Rule Locket, which pay 3 and it'll give you effect or mana or whatnot. And the only difference is instants, which can be played anywhere, or cards with flash. Since we have nothing to play, we shall just pass the turn. We get Timber Gorge, which fixes our mana because now we have green, but it enters tap. He paid 2 mana, 1 green and 1 generic, which means any, and plays Senton Scout. Senton Scout has reach, though it doesn't have the keyword reach, it just says it may block as though it had flying. And then Threshold, which means if it has 7 or more cards in their graveyard, it gets +2. It's a little annoying. We could play Drowsing Pteranodon, which has Defender, which means it cannot attack. Though if we control creature with power, which is the left number to the slash, then it can attack as if it did not have Defender. Its right side is its toughness. As long as something can deal enough damage, which is currently 3, it can kill it. Otherwise, it stays alive and at the end of the turn heals back up to 4. Pays 3 mana for a Centaur Safeguard. When it's killed, he gains 3 life. I'm play a 4th land here. We are going to play Momentum Rumbler. Here, since he is attacking, we will just trade out. He will gain some life. That works better in our favor. So whenever Momentum Rumbler attacks, if it doesn't have first strike, you put a first strike counter on it. A counter is just kind of a little notification that it gets a certain ability, or a +1/+1 counter will give it +1 power, +1 toughness, and a -1/-1 counter will give it -1 power, -1 toughness. Since we have the mana to play the Regisaur Alpha, it gives other dinosaurs haste, and when it comes in, it creates a 3/3 with trample. And then we are going to swing. Our Momentous Rumbler now has our first strike counter. We can now play Knight of the Stampede. But the way we're going to do is first cast Rule Locket. And then we're going to cast Commune with Dinosaurs. Can only put 1. And then we'll just auto to the bottom. And since since we can attack, we will with everything. He's going to double block. This, we have enough to kill that. And 2 damage. As you saw, since there's 2 blockers, you have to meet the requirement to block both and kill them. Otherwise, one may survive and you get to assign the damage your way. He's attacking back for 2. So there are multiple ways to win. The main 2 is either making their life total, which you can see is 4, reach 0. Or to make their deck, as you can see is 47, reach 0 and have them draw a card. So we're going to pay 4 here to play Knight of the Stampede. Our dinosaur spells now cost 2 generic less. So we then may pay 1 for this. And we gain 3 life since we control another dinosaur. And since we have first strike here and trample, we are going to swing with both, leaving him at 1. He managed to play Tristani Summoner for 7, get a 2/2, a 3/3, and a 4/4. Kinda makes it rough, but what we can do here is put a 1/1 counter and have it fight. We can then also play this for 1, and then still swing in, having him need to block. And he's only at 1 card in hand, signified up here. We can play this to find our dinosaur. We did not. We still have the benefit because we can make this +3/+0 by activating his ability. So he's declared 2 blockers. You're then going to activate his ability once and knock him down to 1. It's only 1 card in hand. We are now victorious by knocking himself down. And that's the general. And then when we win, we get some rewards. This time it's 29 gold. Bears brand War Chief, which gives the Centaurs +1/+1 Vigilance and Trample. The Savannah, which allows us to have a Forest Plains with green or white. And Chronicle of Heroes, which is just a Centaur. And when it enters the battlefield, you draw a card if there's a creature with a 1/1 counter. Nothing that we particularly want, but that also nets us one of these gem shards, which can be used for re-rolling shop. We can trade them in for cash once we have 5. We can use them to play in events. And so on. And I think that's about it. We'll keep this hand. We got our colors. We have no turn 1 play, so we're just going to play Timber Gorge. Centaur's Herald. It's a 0/1, but he can sack it for 3 mana and get a 3/3 token. Here we are just going to play our Sun-Collared Raptor, just because it's trample. We don't have a use for that much mana at the moment, so we will just let this go. We can now play our Knight of the Stampede. Does the same thing as it did before, but since we don't control anything with power 4 greater, we're on commune with dinosaurs. We're going to get this Raging Regisaur, which whenever it attacks, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player. And the rest go on the bottom. Since we have a reduction to 2 in our cost, we will still just play it. And then pass our turn, because we do not have a good attack here. We have our Momentum Rumbler, which is really good. And since we now control, we do have a couple good attacks. We're going to kill that off. He sacks in response. He's going to double block it, which kind of sucks. But we might as well kill his reduction to his enchantment spells. We will take the 3 from the centaur. We are destroying all of our lands, not the greatest. But we will attack. We only have 6. It's first strike. It's going to exile. We just don't have 4. Still don't have any good attacks now because he killed our one good attacker. This is attacking for a whole lot. We have 6 mana available, so we would have to double block, which we might as well. We will then activate this, and we've taken out one of his creatures. So this is enchantment. It is a permanent, which means it stays on the field. It then has an activated effect for 2 green and become a 4/3 until end of turn, but it is still an enchantment. Which he does, and I think we just kind of lose here. We do, so instead of playing it out, we just hit the concede button and carry on. Since we lost, we lose 25% of our health, which is equal to 3 right now, and some gold. Our goal is to reach one of these green towns. Since there is a road here, we can easily reach this green town. And once we get back to town, we heal up to full. So here, this red-green symbol means we are looking at red-green cards. It's nothing that we want too much. I try to stick away from alchemy-only cards, which they did add into here. But I think we'll check out. There's a draft available, so we shall wait till the next episode. But until then, stay good. See you guys next time.